Hey guys, Isaac from the Airline Z here with the sponsors for the Telstra Premier Series and the Powerade Amateur Series. Now, first things first, if you do or do not want to paint your car or your team's cars for drivers and team owners, please tell me in the comments if you will or will not paint your car or your team's car. That would be greatly appreciated. But yeah, for those who do want to paint the cars, the deadline will be in about 3 weeks' time, Sunday, um, Sunday, August 6th, and that's when you have to get the cars in by. And so, without further ado, let's get on to the sponsors. Now, Nicotech Racing has a partnership with Pepsi, as well as Gatlin Downey Motorsports, also known as GDM. Most Wanted Racing has a partnership with Coca-Cola in the Telstra Premier Series. We'll get on to the Amateur Series a little bit later on. Anyways, Kim Raleigh with CSX and Hooters, Stuart Grattan with Axial Racing Parts and Red Rock Deli, Jack Porkins with Pepsi and Interstate Batteries, Julius Anderson for NRLA Motorsports with Continental Tire and AutoZone, Jonathan Rains with Turkey Hill and Rockstar Energy, James Richardson with Hers and Napa, Rainy Motorsports, Justin Zajdel with Chuck E. Cheese and Taco Bell, Daniel Bouchard with Dockside Logistics, Simon Nichols. Don't know how I managed to misspell my own surname, but he has Keto OS/Prove It and Wilson Security, and I will be painting these two cars. And Our Legacy with Boy Scouts of America and Loves with minor sponsor Dockside Logistics. And for all of them, minor sponsors will be the major sponsors of all the others, and if they have a partnership, all of those products as well. Now, on to Rogers Motorsports, Eduardo Colin with Peak, Fisher G with Duracell, and Jay Jefferson with Chili's. Miller Racing, Zach Ryan with Target and Miller Lite, Ace Garcia with Under Armour and Miller High Life, Alex Miller with Hardee's and Miller 64, and Spencer Madden with Trojan and Miller Genuine Draft. Most Wanted Racing with that Coca-Cola partnership, as I said before, Tristan Allen with Powerade and Worth, Zachary Fitzwater with Shell V-Power and Penske Truck Rental, Adam Lewis with Monster Energy and Haas, and John Cittadino with EA Sports. And Archer BRM, Hedge Alavan Alonso with Sam's Club, John Gilbert with FedEx, Matthew Phillips with M&M's, and Stephen Sims with DeWalt. GL Racing, Jake West with Liftmaster, William Johnston with Nationwide Insurance, Joseph Landy Padlon with Exalta, and Sebastian Woodard with AARP Drive to End Hunger. JN Racing, satellite team to Nicotech Racing, Patrick Schamberger with Brent, William Brock with Hellmans, Noah Clifton with Colin McRae Foundation and Hot Wheels, and Josh Crash with One Main Financial. Friesen Motorsports, Cody Smart with Auto Trader, Daniel McMillan with SKF, Andrew Miller with Traxxas, and Mark McDonald with Pertec. Gatlin Downey Motorsports GDM with Pepsi Partnership, Connor Hurley with Amp Energy, Nick Smith with Mountain Dew Baja Blast, Freddie Soto with Gatorade, and Daniel Voiles with Pepsi Max. Fox Autosport Team, Eric Monaco with Discount Tire and Lowe's, Nate Fade with Southwest Airlines, Kanan Thacker with Spalding and AMC Theatres, and Lewis Panoranda with Casio. Iceman Motorsports, Jonathan Wishard with Kroger, Noah Castellan with Stouffer's, and Russell Washington with Hawk Pockets. Outlaw Motorsports, Jackson Crowder with Advocare, Logan Brown with Fastenal, and Parker Brown with Liddy Diabetes sponsorship. King Hart McDaniel Racing, the last team to sign up in the Telstra Premier Series, Brayson Collins with Farmers Insurance and Great Clips, Ryan Bailey with YouTube and Jack Daniels, and Dominic Anthony with Clorox and Freescale, and Ben Crouch with Playtex. Now, On to the Powerade Amateur Series, where we have Anderson Racing with the Coca-Cola partnership, Tristan Allen with Powerade and Worth, Eli Bright with Titan Nationwide Insurance, Colin Dryber with Monster Energy and Coca-Cola, Hellcat Motorsports with a Unilever partnership, James Kinghart with Bud Light and Realtree, Tyler Lyman with Valvoline and Sears Auto Centres, Julio Caesar with Charter Telecommunications and Stanley Tools, and Jack Porkins and White Walker with Stanley Tools and Auto Value Bumper to Bumper. Grattan Racing, Stuart Grattan with Axial Racing Parts. Runner-up Racing, Christian Goma Jr. with Target and McDonald's, and Jake Brancato and Zach Ryan with Credit One Bank and NOS. NOS Energy, that is. William Brock Motorsports, Ben Crouch with Dickie's Barbecue and Bass Pro Shops, Anthony Lopez with Little Caesars and GameStop, and Elijah Gordon with 5-Hour Energy and SiriusXM. Rogers Motorsports with Gatlin Downey with Jimmy Johns, Jaden Scott with Tax Act, Colin Cropley with Ditech, and Jake Rogers and Make Me Felix with Code 3 Associates. CBF Motorsports, Brad Stover with M&M's and NASCAR Heat 2, Dylan Simmons with JBL, and Matt Otten with Aflac. NRLA Motorsports, Benny Watson and Al Legacy with Rockstar Energy Lime Freeze, and Caleb Hoffman with Chick-fil-A. Crow Motorsports, DJ Harris with Oreo and Mobile One, Michael Volk with Polaris and Smithfield, and Xavier O'Neill Jr. with Wholesome Goodness and Autism Speaks. Western Motorsports, Noah Clifton and Daniel Bouchard with Colin McRae Foundation and Hot Wheels, Igor Barreto with 7-Eleven, Jackie Lauderman with NTT Data, and Griffin Lynn with Camping World. Smart Motorsports, Henry Gore with Haas, Cody Smart and Ace Garcia with Dr. Pepper and SKF, Eric Willis with Best Buy, and Dominic Anthony with Shell Pennzoil and Ford EcoBoost. Next Gen Racing, Mark Johnson with Wix Filters, Kian Riley Racing, Michael Cates with Norfolk Southern and GM Electromotive, Carl Sanders with Generic Electric and Microsoft, and Dawson Miller with Amtrak and Pornhub. Yep, you saw that right. Anyways, Rainy Motorsports, Harsh Hossain with Can-Am, Bob Jenkins with Aaron's, and Dan Smith with Golden Corral. JJ Motorsports with minor sponsors Home Depot, Can-Am, and One Main Financial, Keegan Thompson with Next Lane Skittles, Carter Friesen with Granger and Aquafina, and Evan Hunter with Reese's and 3M. Bankers Motorsports, Joey Kraus with Sam's Club. And finally, Nicotech Racing, who has a Pepsi partnership, of course, has that in the Premier Series as well. Tina Neal with 7-Up and Smiths, Isaac Nichols with Pertec, Betty Johnson with Pepsi Max, Jeff Newen with Doritos, and Hunter Sleppy with Mountain Dew and Gatorade. Those are all the sponsors, and you see that there's two primary, they're pretty much both primary sponsors. That means that there's going to be two primary paint schemes for each of these drivers. So if you are going to paint it, make sure that you paint both. If you don't, I'll just paint the car that you didn't paint. Pretty simple. Anyways, that is it for this video, and I'll see you guys next for, I hope to be the Telstra Clash, but I'm not sure how that will work out. We might have a schedule video with the schedule of both series first, but we'll see how that goes. But anyways, for now, I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye!